everyone, and welcome back to On the Mat. My name is Marita Harinen, and today we're in Pass Creek filming. So we'll begin by bringing our hands into heart center and closing the eyes, just taking a moment of gratitude and allowing the mind and the body to quiet and slow down. Start to notice your inhales and your exhales, the length of each inhale and exhale, and even the pauses in between. Without trying to change your breath, just notice it. See if you can keep the breath moving in and out through your nose. All right, and then let's bring the hands down by our sides in Tadasana Mountain Pose and take our right ear to our right shoulder. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Relax both shoulders even more. If you want a little added intensity, you can take your left hand out to the side and flex your hand, your wrist. And then very gently start to roll your chin down towards your chest. Pausing at the bottom and standing nice and tall. Slowly lift your head and bring your left hand back down to Tadasana. Then take your left ear to your left shoulder and your right hand out to the side for added intensity. And slowly roll your chin down to your chest. Pausing at the bottom. And slowly lift your head and bring your hand back down. And then inhale, sweep your arms up, and exhale, bring your hands down through heart center. Let's do 2 more big breaths like that. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Good, once more, inhale up and exhale the hands down. All right, we'll take a big step forward with our left foot and come into a high lunge. You can put your hands on your hips here and just see if you can draw that right hip a little bit more forward. Then bring your hands to your rib cage and notice if your ribs are splaying out and see if you can tuck your ribs in slightly. And then bring your hands back down to your waist and just feel that nice stretch in your hip, the front of your hip flexor. If you're feeling good and you want to build some more strength and heat in the body, sink it down a little bit lower. And otherwise, just stay a little bit higher. Bringing the arms up now, relax the shoulders down your back, spread the fingers nice and wide. And exhale, float the hands down, take a big step forward, and switch your legs. Bring in the left leg back now. Hands to your hips, draw your left hip a little bit more forward. And again, focus on that ujjayi breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Reaching the arms up, relaxing the shoulders. Spread the fingers and have the palms facing one another. Think about those ribs, tucking them under and in slightly. And then exhale, float the hands down, take a big step forward. Now bringing the big toes slightly together, hands in through heart center, we'll sink it down into Utkatasana, chair pose. And again, lower you go, the harder it will be. So judge how deep you want to go based on how your body's feeling today. And then reach your arms up, gaze through your thumbs for the full expression of Utkatasana. Maybe take your arms out to the sides. And then exhale, float your hands down and reach the crown of your head forward. Breathing in and out, always coming back to your breath. And then let's exhale, float the hands down and the hips up. And breathe into the back side of the body, the back of your hamstrings, calves. And notice the sensations there. Reaching your hands up your shins to halfway lift. Now reach the crown of the head forward and draw the shoulders down your back. And then if you have a block or even anything that you can rest your hands on, bring it now in front of you and cross your right leg in behind your left. And then relax your head down again, bending your knees as much as you need to. Notice the expansion and contraction of your belly against your thighs as you breathe. And then option here to walk your hands and your block or support off to the side. Adding a further little twist and intensity to this hamstring and calf stretch. Relax your jaw, allowing your teeth to slightly part. And then start to walk those hands, that block, back through center. And uncross your legs, switching sides now, left foot behind the right. Collapsing over your thighs, bending your knees if you need. It's all about being gentle. And then if you did so on the other side and want to twist off to the right, do that now. And bring it back to center. Uncross those legs. And let's come down now to sit on our support, our block, or like I said, any kind of like a blanket, a pillow, and let's cross the legs. So sitting up nice and tall here, bring your hands to your knees to start. Closing your eyes, let's do a few shoulder rolls back and down. Inhaling as you lift the shoulders and exhaling as you lower them. And then switch directions, bring it forward. Beautiful. Bringing your right hand to your left knee now and your left hand behind you. You can either press the left fingertips into the ground or you can wrap them around your waist. Come back through center, switch it to the other side. Inhale, come through center and exhale one more time each way. This time maybe you are able to go a little bit deeper or feel a little bit looser. Coming back through center, switch. Good, and again, back through center. Let's bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana and holding the ankles hinge forward. This one's a really great one to do on a block or with your hips lifted. Just helps your back come into a better positioning. And you can engage your muscles with this one. Hold it for a few seconds and relax. Sometimes I actually engage my right thigh and leg, and then I relax the right side and engage the left side. So feel free to play around here. And coming up, let's take the legs out straight now. Take the hands behind our head and bending the knees slightly. Just come forward as far as you can until you feel a moderate stretch. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Inhale to come up. This time let's do the same pose, but take our hands behind our back and hold our forearms. So sit up nice and tall and again hinge forward, keeping your head in line with your spine. And trying to keep a nice smooth, steady breath. Inhale to come up. And let's take the legs out wide for a forward fold with the wide-legged forward fold, and start to walk the hands forward. Nice flat back, nice long spine. Sometimes I like to sway a little side to side. Again, yoga doesn't have to be rigid and super serious. It can be light and fluid. Walking those hands in, bring the left elbow into the inner thigh and reach the right arm up and over. You can either hold here for a while or you can inhale and flow side to side. So maybe you just alternate back and forth without much rest in between. Or maybe if it feels good, you just linger in this one spot. Good, we'll go a few more seconds here in this pose. Beautiful. Okay, bringing those legs together one more time. This time let's interlace the fingers behind the back. And if you can squeeze your palms right together, do that. Otherwise, keep the palms separated, but your hands are clasped. And then reach the chest up and the knuckles down and start to hinge forward. So opening up the shoulders and the chest while in Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Lifting the hands away from the back more will be more intense. And inhale, rise up. Okay, let's take it off our block now and make our way onto all fours. And from here, we'll lift our left knee and arch our back, gazing up. Draw the knee to the forehead now. Curling it in, and then inhale, gaze up. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, draw it in. Taking that leg out to the side now. You might want to shift yourself back on your mat if you don't have much space in front of you, and then walk your hands forward, dropping your forehead to the floor. Spreading the shoulders nice and wide. Just breathe. And then gently lifting your head, bringing your hands back under your shoulders. We'll bring the knees back under our hips and lift our right leg, inhaling to gaze up and exhaling to tuck it in. Inhale up, exhale, draw it in. Once more, inhale, gaze up, and exhale, draw it in. And then taking that right leg out to the side, Walk the hands forward for a version of puppy pose. Stretching out that inner thigh at the same time. And inhale, start to walk those hands under your shoulders, bring your knee in, and then bring yourself all the way down to your tummy. And we'll rest our chin on the floor, bring our fingertips just at the edge of the top of our shoulders. We're gonna do Bhujangasana, cobra pose. We're gonna lift our head and our shoulders off the ground and just apply a light pressure to the hands. Squeezing your elbows in. Now start to lift your gaze and look up. And then exhale, lower your right cheek to the floor and rest. Let's do that one more time. So bringing the chin back to the mat, the front of the mat. Start to squeeze your elbows in together, lift your head, shoulders, and apply a light pressure on your hands. And then use your gaze to look up. And exhale, lower the left cheek to the floor. This time, bringing your chin forward, let's extend the arms back and come into locust pose. So we'll keep the feet on the floor and peel our head and shoulders off the ground, this time reaching our hands back. And then start to lift your gaze. Lift up as high as you can and hold for 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale, drop your right cheek to the floor and completely rest. Once more, turning the head forward. Lift your head, your hands, your shoulders, and this time squeezing your toes together. Lift your legs and gaze up. And hold for 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale, lower your left cheek to the floor. Let your heels splay open and fully be heavy. Sliding the hands up by your shoulders. Let's extend the right arm out to the side and take the right cheek to the floor and roll our left leg over our right into scorpion. This one feels so great on the spine. And remember, with twists in yoga, we often wind ourselves up into a twist, just like you would squeeze a dish sponge. And then on our exhale, we slowly unwind, allowing the blood to flow back to the body, releasing. And then taking your left cheek to the floor, left arm out to the side, rotate your right leg over. Gently pressing into the floor, your mat with your right hand. Feel that constriction in your spine, constriction of blood flow happening in the body. Again, we do this on purpose for a period of time, and then we exhale and gently allow the blood flow to come back. All right, pressing up now onto your hands and knees. Let's draw our left knee towards our left wrist crease for pigeon pose, and we'll stay up on tented fingers to start, and we'll gaze over our left shoulder. And then bring your gaze over your right shoulder. And coming back to center, we'll press back into a downward facing dog to switch sides. So maybe take a second here. Heel toe, lift one heel and then the other. And then start to come into a plank and draw your right knee towards your right wrist crease for the other side. Lifting up on tented fingers, gaze over that right shoulder. Good, one more deep breath here. Excellent, and then gaze over your left shoulder. Awesome, bringing it back to center. Let's press back into downward facing dog one more time. You can walk or pedal out those feet once again. Spread the fingers wide, press the hips up away from you, the heels down. And then inhale up nice and high on the tiptoes and slowly lower the knees down towards the ground. Stretching out those feet and toes. Beautiful work. Okay, let's grab our block now and come to seated. And we'll finish with some breathing. So you can either cross your legs or you can keep the knees bent up like this if that feels better for you. Finding a comfortable position is the main thing here. And so we'll sit up nice and tall. Stack the ears over the shoulders and the shoulders over the hips. And just take a moment here again to observe what's going on in your body and how your body feels compared to the beginning of this yoga session. And just integrate everything we've just done. And then today we'll finish with the box breath. So what we'll do is we'll inhale for a count of 4, hold at the top for a count of 4, exhale for 4, and pause after your full exhale for 4. So when you're ready, begin to inhale for 4, pause for 4, exhale for 4, and pause for 4. And if that feels a little bit too long, feel free to shorten it to 3 breaths, or a count of 3. Good, one more cycle of breath like this. And then just allow your breath to come back to a normal passive rhythm, in through your nose and out through your nose if you can. Bringing the hands into heart center or Anjali Mudra. We'll finish this practice as we started, taking a moment to think of a few things that we're grateful for. And then dropping your forehead to your thumbs. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you can take this sense of peace and relaxation with you throughout the rest of your day. Namaste.